Is Destiny finally about to die, or is it going to continue going with life? In these next couple of videos, we're going to be covering both sides, but this one, we're going to be covering the potential downfall. Let's break it down. Alright, so when I'm talking about toxic player base, I'm not including like the teabagging and stuff. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's not enough to completely ruin a game. My main concern, and something I have experienced more than it should happen at least, would be the direct messaging involving real life threats, saying really hurtful stuff, and just profanity in general. Like, you don't know what people are going through. First of all, you don't. Second of all, you might just have a teammate who's just trying something that they've never played with before. I know I've experienced quite a few of just real life threats. It is beyond atrocious. And I don't think Bungie really takes it as effective or serious as they should. Because I know used to, when I report someone, I would get a message, like the next day I would log on and it would tell me actions were taken. I've never gotten those in like the past couple of years, and I've gotten numerous threats. It just needs to get really fixed. Like maybe just a comm ban or something, but I don't know. It just, there's a huge issue in that situation that needs to get completely touched on or reworked. Maybe the department needs, maybe, I don't know, maybe it just needs some more staff to fix it, but that's personally my biggest thing. But I mean, and then on top of that, that's just the PvP portion. When it comes to the PvE, which is 9 times out of 10, you're going to need 6 people. It is so bad, especially since not many people play this game have 6 friends that they can always rely on. So yes, they're going to have to go to LFGs and get someone in with them that may not know what they're doing, or maybe they are the person that doesn't know what they're doing. And dealing with that situation, you can either get annoyed because that one person just either doesn't want to learn, or you can annoy them and they'll kick you, leading to you never doing the raid. Like, there is, I think, like 2 raids that I have never done because I can't ever get anyone to want to help me. And yeah, you can watch tutorials online, cool and all, but it's not gonna be helpful unless you actually go through it and experience it. And a lot of people just refuse to go through with it and just help people in general because they want to. Yeah, I understand. Time is money, money is time, the correlation. But if you are with someone that is completely new to something, 1 person out of 6 isn't gonna make your hour-and-a-half raid 10 hours. Just teach them real quick. It's not gonna be that big a deal, but it's just the fact that people refuse to do it. They will kick, they will report you, not report you, but they will kick you, they will just, then it's just like, it's a completely toxic situation that you, as a person, you don't want to experience, and it could dissuade you from a whole chunk of gameplay, especially in-game, because that's all really, you know, Destiny is now. It's either in-game and you're in PvP, or you're in PvE. And PvE in-game consists of more than likely having to rely on people like teammates. I'm a solo player personally. I know countless other people that don't have squads that they can get up with to help with it. But this is a big reason why I think all this is just, all of the player base is wanting to quit as in total. But who knows? Anything is possible. Let's see what happens. By the way, anything in this list is not in a specific order. I'm gonna just say it how it is, honestly. And with that, let's move on forward. Alright, so, loot pool situation. It's not really much anything else that I can say personally, other than it's just kind of doomed, no matter which way they want to go with it. In my opinion, nothing is more doomed to fail than something that you can farm for maybe half the season or episode as they are now, and already get everything that you want. it may not be perfect rolls, but not many people are looking for perfect rolls anymore in Destiny. They're just wanting to get them to try them, and if they try them and they don't even like it, it's gonna make it almost impossible for them to go for a god roll. Perfect example is Trials. Majority of the weapons in there absolutely useless for Trials because Trials is all PvP related, yet they're gonna toss in heavies, guns that people traditionally don't like to use to begin with, like the scout rifle is one of my most dreaded weapons to use. But I have him. Am I going for a god roll? Absolutely not. So when I see it pop up on Trials, I'm not really like, oh, I need to do this. I need to guarantee I go flawless. No, that's not how it is for me. For the Shayura's Wrath, though, if they introduce some more perks or something that's gonna make it busted, yeah, I will definitely try to get a replacement or something along that line, like the auto rifle, the summoner. That's what it is. That's definitely something I would go for. The Igneous Hammer, just popular weapons or popular archetypes. There's no reason for in-game weapons to be already just doomed to fail unless they're going to be busted for a little bit and then kind of tweaked in there to give people a reason to farm for it. The loot pool situation is just doomed to fail, especially since, I mean, people don't really like to farm for something that's not going to help them in the long run. So you can look at the Trials player base right now, or the GM player base. The GM one is a little different though because it drops a lot more useful stuff other than just the adept weapons. That's just a bonus that people go for. But Trials, you're only doing it for the adept weapon of the week. But doing so, if it's something that you don't need or a majority of the player base doesn't like, the player base is going to be a lot smaller than something that they do want. And you have noticed that plenty of times. And I'm not sure if there's any way that they can really fix it other than just not put those weapons in. But I mean, who knows? They might have something figured out in the future that I am not expecting and might just completely blow my mind. And that's all I got on loot pools, so let's get into the next topic. Alright, so nerfs and buffs. It's a thing that Destiny loves to overdo or underdo all the time. So, particularly nerfs, in my opinion, I can think of at least like 3 right now. The latest one that they did, in my opinion, was the smoke bomb. Was it warranted? Oh yes, it was. Was it warranted to be nerfed almost into the ground where it's not really useful? Not really. But, you know, it's a game, people are gonna get killed by it a lot, and a bunch of people are gonna complain, and then they're gonna have to take action. Another one that happened that I don't really see people using the gun anymore because of is the Immortal. It used to kill with rangefinder target lock. Then it took them like months, it seemed like, to nerf both of those skills, or not skills, the perks. And it just completely ruined rangefinder target lock. Was it warranted again? Absolutely. But I feel like they just overdid it because personally, I don't see anyone using it now. I mean, that's just me. I don't know if y'all see them or what, but I see none, like, whatsoever. And then when it comes to buffs, I mean, it's not necessarily a buff at the time, but it was technically a buff. But the fusion nades with the seasonal artifact mod that boosted that. During any kind of any kind of PvP, all you saw was warlocks, just fusion, no. And it was just, there was nothing you could do. You couldn't heal it because you get scorched, and then that led to another thing, and then another. And then it takes time for certain things to get buffed that either never get buffed or get put on the back burner. And then it's just something that Bungie loves to either never do or over or underdo it. Which personally, it really sucks, because by that time everyone has a certain thing that they're using, then it gets nerfed into the ground, never to get touched again by anyone. And I mean, it's just something that it's super easily fixed. Does it need to take some tweaking? Oh, 100%. Does it need to be as bad as they're making it? No. So it's something I think Bungie can easily fix that won't completely ruin everything. And with that being said, to the next one. Alright, I'm gonna start this off with saying, yes, I know there is an anti-cheat software built into Destiny. But cheaters are like roaches. No matter how hard you try, it's a pain in the ass to get rid of them. For example, you can go look on my TikTok, description's down below by the way. I have a video of dude giving himself instant revives in trials on his own, super immediately, glitched gun, 0 recoil, 0 flinching. And, you know, the anti-cheat software didn't pick up on that before he started playing, or did he activate it in the middle? Who knows? But it still happened. And another thing that everyone hates, Zim, or yeah, Zim, that's what it's called, I'm pretty sure. I don't care who you are, I don't care what you say, it is cheats. It is something that helps you play better that you don't have to do yourself. That is cheating. You may not like that I'm saying it, but that's why this video is my opinion. You don't have to like it. But it's just simple stuff like that that I think maybe touching up on the cheat software, I don't know if it's something that they haven't, you know, touched up on, or they haven't updated since they installed it. Who knows? But people with cheats are just something, they're built different, because, you know, they only can play with cheats. I don't know why, but something that I think needs to at least get looked into, maybe fixed, updated. Who knows? Something simple to fix, something super easy that can completely make other, like, not just people in general, not new people in specific, just in total, want to leave the game. There's been times that I've almost wanted to leave the game because of it. It's beyond atrocious. If you're trying to play fair, just play fair, you know. It's all I don't care about anything else. Play the game fairly, make it fun for other people. If you're not good at it, keep playing and it will eventually get better. I'm not saying you're gonna be like top 2% within a day or just straight up playing. No. Get in there fairly, pick a loadout that's good for you and have fun. If you're not having fun in a game, you're not gonna want to get better naturally. Just have fun. Get out there and don't cheat, please. It ruins new player experiences. It ruins veteran player experiences. And then it just makes you look like a total jackass. And with that said, let's hop to the next topic. Server issues. It's definitely one of the most annoying and disappointing things about whenever you're trying to get into the game, whenever a DLC drops or whenever a new season slash episode drops and you can't get in for a couple days because the servers are getting flooded and the servers are crashing. Especially if you're a person who can only play like 1 or 2 days out of the week. You don't have all the freedom that a lot of people do, unfortunately. which, I mean, it sucks, but it's the truth. So, coming from someone who's kind of ish in that position, it kind of gets rid of the fun of trying to compete with people. Day one raids, I've never been able to do because I haven't had the time to go through stories. I haven't had the time to do any of that stuff because the servers. I can't log in for the first like 4 days unless I'm sitting there for like 30-40 minutes, but by that time I only have like an hour to play. And unless I am booking it, that story or whatever that I need to get done, probably ain't gonna get done. Another thing that really sucks is when you're playing with someone, you're in a really competitive game, it's super close, and then all of a sudden, server issues. And it's just across the board, it's not your connection. I cannot tell you how many times that has happened to me. It is the worst feeling ever. And I think there's just, it's something that Destiny, I guarantee you, can fix, or at least prepare more for, but it seems like they just don't care, or they haven't cared to fix it yet. Which has, I know personally for me, it's caused a bunch of people not to even attempt, like, the super competitive stuff like that, which it kind of sucks because no one's wanting to do it anymore. But the server issues needs a big look at, which I think would fix a lot of stuff. But again, all of these are my opinions. If you want to argue with them, leave it down in the comments. I'll have a conversation with you or something along that line. Let's get to the next topic. I'm gonna get into this topic with a real heavy heart because I've been with Destiny since the literally very beginning in D1. Did I have breaks? Yes, but I was there for every step. This reason is extremely valid because this is what we were all expecting. This is what we were told was the end of the story. I know a bunch of people that don't want to get just completely uninstalled the moment. By the way, spoiler warning, if you haven't completed the game or if you want to try it in the future, it's proceed with your own risk. Or skip ahead, I'll put a chapter for you to go to. But the moment that the witness was killed and our ghost ended up dying and Cayde basically used himself to bring our ghost back. It hit really hard, and this is when we were all really expecting just no more updates, just kind of like simple little bug fixes and all this and that. But then they start adding in chapters. Yeah, I understand that as a business you want your child, your fucking everything, really, to continue living. But it just kind of feels like a slap in the face for all the time that we spent with what we thought was going to be the end, just for it to not be. This is how I partially feel. Am I still going to always come back to play this game because I absolutely love it? Yeah. But just knowing that it kind of feels like they're trying to milk more out of it kind of has me worried that they're going to ruin the game. Am I worried for that cause? Absolutely. But no matter what, I'm gonna love this game. It's been a part of me for years. It just hit, Destiny 2 just hit its 10-year mark. And that's almost half of my lifetime. So being with a game for that long, no matter who you are, you're gonna get attached to it. So knowing all of this, it's rough to know, or hear at least, that they're just, oh, it's not the end, we got more, it turns out all this and that, but it's not the end. which sucks personally because, I'm gonna be honest, I cried. I loved how they ended it, or how they should have ended it. Just for them to be like, oh, nope, it's back. And, well, I guess we're just gonna see where the story actually takes us. Alright guys, so with everything that we just completely went over, do I think that Destiny is just going to be an unplayable game into the future? No, I think it's just going to be one of those games that a bunch of people are going to consistently come back to as long as they're bringing new content. Do I think we're going to get a whole bunch of newer players? No. And do I think that they should? Personally, no, because I'm a big nostalgia guy. I think that they're going to miss all of the story, the build-up, which, I mean, it sucks, but it's the truth. I don't see it's going to have like any big rise in players coming back or surging through anymore. The way that the Final Shape DLC drop did. It brought an insane amount of people in, and I don't see that ever happening again. I currently see it on a slight downhill slope. Nothing terrible, but enough that one of these days in the future, I don't know how far in the future, I can't predict it. But it's probably going to end up where you'll have a few thousand people online doing this or that, or maybe tens of thousands, but nowhere near what it used to be. And with all that being said, if you agree with me, disagree with me, anything of the sort, drop it in the comments. I would like to know your opinion on these topics. Also, if there's any other game that you want me to cover, leave it down there as well. I'll get my first opinion out, or my initial thoughts, or even something like what I'm doing with Destiny right now. Expect another video for Destiny saying why I think it could have a future within the next couple of weeks, and hope you guys have a great day. See you guys later.